So good morning all and welcome back to the class. Today in this session you'll be learning more root words, and this is my fifth lecture in the series of 4 roots. Let's start this session. So the first root today is in, which actually means in, into, upon, and it also means not. And there are other forms of in. Okay, it appears in the forms of ig, il, im, ir, and n. Frequent meaning of in is not. You have words like illegal, impossible, inescapable, inadvisable, and irregular. So other meanings of in is equal to in and into. For example, inflate and inflate is to fill something or become filled with gas or air. For example, inflate your life jacket by pulling sharply on the cord. And the other word is immigrant. Immigrant is a person who has come to live permanently in a different country that is not his own. So immigrants. Okay, done. The next root is inter, intra, intro, which actually means between, among, within, and inside. You must have heard the words called interdependent, intercollegiate, interfere. We use these words very often. And interlude. Interlude is a dramatic technique that used to be used in the dramas, and it is actually it's almost like an interval, right? Interval is a short period of time between the parts of the cinema, right? And the short period of time between the parts of the play or the dramas are actually called as interludes. Done. So now can you guess the meanings of introspective and introvert? Introspective and intro both have got intro as a root, which actually means between, among, within. Here you can take within as its root. Introspective actually means tending to think a lot about your own thoughts, feelings, etc. For example, there were a lot of family problems for Ravi, and he became increasingly introspective. That means this man started thinking a lot about his own thoughts and feelings. And there is one more word called introvert. Introvert is a person who is very quiet and who is very much interested in his own thoughts and feelings than in spending time with others. He doesn't prefer talking to others. So an antonym to introvert is extrovert. Done. And the next root is ne and non, non, which actually means not or no. And the first word is nefarious. So nefarious or wicked deed is not according to divine law, which means it's a criminal or immoral task or activity. So activities which are not accepted by law are actually called as nefarious activities. So here nef, any, you have got any, which is not. So here not according to the law, okay, is what you need to remember. So and the other word is negate. Negate actually to answer in the negative, to say no. And the next word is negotiate. Negotiate is the literal meaning of negotiate is not to be at leisure. Okay. And then can you guess the meanings of negligence and abnegation? So the word negligence doesn't require any explanation because you use it very often. Negligence actually is the failure to give somebody or something enough care or attention. It's a very common word. But what is abnegation? See, abnegation is a combination of two different root words here. Ab, which actually means away, we have already learned. And now you have got ne, which means again not, right? Abnegation is, ab is away and ne is not. That means you are away from not, allowing yourself to have something that you want. Okay, so the act of not allowing yourself to have something that you want is actually what is meant by abnegation. And to put it in simple words, abnegation is the act of rejecting something. Ne is not accepting something here. Okay, so abnegate is to reject. So the next root is which actually means against. You have many words. If your opponent is obdurate against all your arguments, he is hardened or stubborn against them. So opponent is the one, and if this man is obdurate, which means if he is obdurate is stubborn against all your arguments, he is hardened, okay, or stubborn against them. That is what is meant by obdurate here. And then you have objections. Objections or ideas or words thrown against someone or some action. And then there is something called obloquy. Obloquy is defamation, literally speaking against a person. See, loqua is speech here, right? Loquacity. okay, colloquial, and then there is something called eloquent. In all these words there is something called loqua. Loqua is speak and ob is against. So obloquy is speaking against a person or his reputation. And then you have obnoxious. Obnoxious habits or people or customs are harmful to others. Okay, that is what is meant by obnoxious. And then you have obstacle. Obstacle is a very common word and you must have heard it many times. Obstacle is a barrier or impediment which stands against progress. Okay. Now, can you guess the meaning of obstruct? Guess it. So it's easy. It's easy to guess actually. Up is against and struck. You know, you have there is something called structure. Structure is to build and up is against. So obstruct is against building or against construction. That means it's a block. Okay. So obstruct is to block a road or entrance or passage is actually what is meant by obstruct. So that's all for today. Thank you, and I'll meet you again in the next session. Take care and keep practicing more and keep sharing my videos. And of course, please don't forget pressing on the bell icon, and that will help you get the new updates. Thank you.